Hello, welcome back to another video on Serious About Salvage. We're going to be continuing with the ML350 today. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be road test day. In the last video we got the engine in, didn't we? Got it running eventually, which we'll just go over quickly now again. But yeah, yes, I'm excited. So happy with how this has come out so far. Obviously there's a long way to go yet. I'll tell you what, it's getting, summer's on its way. It's feeling quite warm in here today. Right, anyway. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please do subscribe to the channel, big thumbs up. I'll spin you around and we'll dive straight in. So there we go. It's exactly as it was at the end of the last video. I think what we'll do is, let's just start it up quickly. Let's remind ourselves just how nice it sounds. Oh. Oh. What I do need to do as well is have a look why that engine management light is on, don't I? So, but anyway. Took a little bit of cranking then, didn't it? I mean, there's probably is still plenty of air in the system, you know, and maybe we just found a little bit then. But you know, I have got a broken driver's front wheel speed sensor, so that's going to stop probably all them lights on the left. It's just that engine management light in it, really. I'd like to know, but yeah, oh, it sounds perfect, honestly. I'm not even exaggerating. But yeah, we haven't really tried anything in here, to be fair. I mean, it does have nav, this, doesn't it? Yeah, it has nav. All the radio. What I'm thinking, obviously it's a bit further down the line, is installing the newer version of, you know, the big 10-inch screens that you can install in these. So it's like a brand new Merc, basically. I'm thinking about doing that because the kits aren't that bad money. They're only about £1, and I want a reversing camera on it as well, I think. But that's in the future, that, innit? We need to sort out front left malfunction on the airbag system. I bet it's a seat buckle or something like that. Seat buckle knackered. But yeah, I'm so happy with how this is running. It sounds sweet as a nut, honestly. So happy. Anyway, the plan today, like I said, is to basically get all the suspension back up in place. We'll have a little look in a second. I'm just waiting for this to start so I can just leave it running. But yeah, we've got 15 volts now, so the alternator's working perfect. Yeah, it's about to start. So diagnosis. I'll go back off that. We don't need it on. Come on, I want to get out of here. Oh yeah, it's surprising just how smooth it's running. Like I said, to say how long it's not ran for. Come on, any second now. Alright, that's it, let's start it. Let's get out. But yeah, as we remember, I dropped all the suspension, didn't I? Dropped all the suspension, the diff, we've got the diff to put back up, we've got quite a bit up here as well. We've got all the cowling, wipers, all that stuff to go back in, but I want to concentrate on underneath first because I want to get it sat on the floor and have a look at this air suspension. We're going to have to get a new LED DRL out with that one's only half of it's working. So yeah, plenty to go at. So what I'll do, I'll get it up in the air and then I'll come back to you and we'll have a look underneath and have a look exactly what we need to do. Right, so here we go. Under here, we've got quite a bit of work to do. As you remember, I took off the whole, well, the bottom arm's there, sorry. I undid the bottom arm so I could pull the hub out, because the issue was getting this drive shaft out of the diff because of the length of it. And my biggest problem was I didn't have a socket big enough to get that off, which is why the shaft's still in. So it's going to be a wrestle now to try to get this diff back in. The diff is the main important part. The rest of it's easy. It's just bolting up bottom arms and putting the shock mount back onto the arm, drop link, you know, nothing serious. That's my broken wheel speed sensor that I've just ordered. And the diff is over here. Diff and that cup. That reminds me, I've got my excuse me, my a heat shield for the turbo to put on as well. So it's going to be fun and games. We've got the prop obviously as well, the prop to fix to the diff when the diff is in. And there's some ball bearings that fell out of that. I have got them. I need to put them back in. Yeah, it's going to be one of them. I'd be much happy if I could get this drive shaft out completely, but I just haven't got a socket big enough to go on that. So we're going to have to persevere. Yeah, let's just get on with it. Time's ticking. Well, we're almost there. I've got everything now in place. All the diff is up, the props attached. Both drive shafts are in. And now all the suspension's up on both sides, but I just need to tighten up the bottom arms. On this side, just basically the bottom arm. On this side, I need to tighten up the bottom arm, anti-roll bar, track rod end, top of the knuckle, I think. And disconnect this cable completely, because that's the wheel speed sensor that I broke. And we're then ready to put it on floor. Excuse me, barring putting the wheels on. He then wants to go on the floor and see this air suspension work, hopefully. So we're so close. So close. Yeah. So I think what I'll do, like I said, I'll button up, I'll put a camera on, tighten up all them fixings, and then fingers crossed. I've said that a lot today, I think, haven't I? Or on this car anyway. Let's get it all tightened up. Right, this is it. This is the moment of truth. We know we've got a runner. Does the air suspension work and does it drive? Everything's tightened up. It's ready to go down. Now I'm half expecting it to go down and be, bottomed out still, because even though we've ran it, the air suspension work off arms on your bottom control arm. So obviously with the car up in the air, it thought the suspension was maxed out, so it wouldn't have attempted to put any air in. So let's drop it and just see what happens. Right, so I'm pretty sure it's going to go bottom out like when we picked it up. Yeah. So it's completely down. Yeah. Now what I expect to happen is when I start it up, I expect it to start airing up the suspension. That's what I'm hoping for. That mess there. Just dust. So. Yeah, let's find out. Are we moving at all? I think it is. Is it moving? It's not attempted to move yet. Oh yeah, it's going up. It's going up. Yeah, 100% it's going up. Yeah, yeah it is. It's just working out where it wants to be, isn't it? Ooh, it's alright. Oh yeah, it's definitely raising. That's good. So that's one thing. Let's get these arms out the way. That's not down fully. Oh yeah, it's raised up, hasn't it? Good stuff so far, so far. Where's my art? Where's my metal block gone? I have to just put you down for 1 second, I'm afraid. Sit you on there. I got it. Alright, so we've got air suspension. We can move, a couple of foot forwards and then a couple of foot backwards. And see if it drives. No engine management light now, it was just stored codes. So these have a little, which I've never used before. Do you have to turn the handbrake off at all? Oh, it's on. That's off. So it's in drive. It moves. Parking sensors. Oh yeah, it wants to go. Alright, well. I need to have a tidy up. I can run it forwards into here, well, and take it for a road test. So that's next. I want to do that before I put all the scuttle back in and everything. Boy, it's sweet. It sounds sweet as a nut. It sounds sweet. I'm glad that suspension's working. Right, okay. Exciting time. So I'll come back to you shortly when I know a bit more. Right, well, the ML is back on the ramp. Nothing major, a little bit of a setback. The car drives, I managed to get it to change up into I think third, but I got a massive driveline vibration. And it's coming from the front prop. The front CV joint, when I took the prop off originally, fell apart. And no matter what I do, it will not go back together properly. That now is all jammed up. It's jammed, it's knackered. So the easy solution was to just get another prop. So they've got another prop off a breaker. Not cheap, 300 quid that was. The older, slightly older generation are like less than half the price, but for this one, yeah, 300 quid. Anyway, it is what it is. So I'm going to throw that in now. It's not a difficult job. Just goes between the front diff and the transfer box. Yeah, simple as that. 6 bolts on each side. And hopefully that then will get rid of our driveline vibration. There's only one way to find out. I've got a feeling there might be something loose somewhere as well that I've forgotten to tighten up. So I need to go over all the suspension components, just make sure everything's tight. I mean, it could have just been that prop, because that prop wobbling around. Because if you think about it, that prop's spinning at one hell of a rate, even at 15 mile an hour. That vibration will just go through the whole car. But yeah, I'll check them all anyway, because I can't, obviously, like, it's been that long and having a bit of time off. It's very hard to remember everything, but you know, it seems to be spot on otherwise. Yeah, I'll get this diff thrown up, and then I'll have a test drive attempt number 2. Well, test drive number 2 was a success. That replacement prop shaft has sorted out all the vibrations. Drives actually really, really well, this car. Massively impressed with it so far. Don't get me wrong, it's still got some issues I need to work through. One of is it thinks the bonnet's open when it's shut, so you get no digital cluster. It just brings up a big red sign, fills the whole cluster with red, and has a car with the bonnet open, so you got no digital speed or anything like that at the minute. So I need to look into that. So you do have 2 bonnet latches there and there. And strangely enough, on my scanner, when the bonnet's shut, it does say that both latches are closed. So I need to look into that. Another issue is the indicators on the tail lid. This little section here. What is it supposed to? They don't have it, do they? That's weird. They don't. I might be wrong. Basically, you indicate either way, and inside it flashes really fast. On the outside, they all appear to work except for them bits, but if you look closely at them, if you look at them, you can see the bulbs. They're just capped off, aren't they? That's weird. So maybe they're not an issue. I'll have to look into that then, see why. Like I said, on the outside, the indicators flash at normal speed, and they all work. Inside, the icon's flashing really fast, you know, like when you got a bulb out. So I need to look at that. I need to obviously look at the rear wiper. So I'm presuming it doesn't work. Air suspension works. Still got the wheel speed sensor to do. And I've got all the wiper motor and all the scuttle and all the panels from the top of there to put it back in. Which is what I'm about to do actually, that lot under there. But yeah, I'll tell you what, it's I'm not going to say it's the first engine I've ever swapped, because many years ago I had a B5 S4 that I had the engine in and out of about 6 times, but it's the first engine swap on the channel, and it wasn't an easy one that we picked, was it? I mean, that's going to feel like a doddle now compared to this, but it feels good to have done it, and it actually works, you know. I said test drove it. I probably went faster than I should have done, having known that we've only got, 4 bolts in each wheel, which I've got them coming tomorrow, more wheel bolts. But yeah, I don't know. It's a nice motor. I just need to run it around a bit now and see how I feel about it. But it's nice. So I think I'm not going to bore you showing you fitting a wiper motor and a linkage and some panels. You know, that's not right exciting, is it? So I think, obviously we've got the exhaust as well to sort out, haven't we? I did show you under there where the fork had crushed it a bit. So I'll get my brother to cut a section out and replace it. That won't be an issue. And then that's it, good wash, cleaning it out, and then it's a case of getting it on the road and putting some use into it. Mainly to make sure everything's okay. But it's been up to temp. Coolant level seems fine. It might want a little bit in it. Oil level's fine. There's no leaks whatsoever, which is an absolute miracle. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to say this is a success. So, I think that's going to be it. Unless something drastic happens, you may not see any more work done on this ML350. Do you know the rest of it? Like I said, I'll do the last few bits. There's not really anything to really make a video out of on it left. They're all little bits and pieces. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you as always for watching these videos, massively appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the channel. Big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Guys, I didn't feel right ending the video quite there, so I thought I'd give it a wash. I've done a couple of the jobs. I'll have a quick walk around it. It's had a wash, but you know, blacks show absolutely every mark possible. It needs a nice good polish, which I'll give it. And I don't know about what to do about these wheels yet. Whether to get the nicer, bigger ones or to refurb them, I don't know yet. But the car's come out incredible. You know, and yeah, it's got a few marks here and there. It's quite a lot of stone chips on the bonnet I need to look at. But it runs great, honestly. This side looks great without the sunlight on it. But yeah, look at the state of that. So I've done the wheel speed sensor, and yeah, literally no lights on the dash, which is incredible. I've got a bulb out apparently, but yeah, I don't know how much you can see with the sun glaring on it, but it runs so well. I've got all the wheel nuts in. It pulls hard, this thing, so it's not slow. No vibrations, no knocks, no wobbles. Really, really happy with it. I need to clean the inside yet. And like I said, it's the case now, we're just getting some use on it. Get some use into it, make sure everything's okay. Good polish. Decide what to do with the wheels. And decide if it's a keeper or not. So I'm still on the hunt for the family vehicle that will tow. This is the ideal vehicle in all fairness, and I'm really liking it so far, so we'll see. Anyway, that is now the end. I hope you've enjoyed the videos on this ML350. What a trip it's been, putting an engine in this, a very, very complicated engine. Yeah, maybe we'll do something like this again in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.